Here we are with MKA-005, the deluxe accessory set, featuring the light kit, photo etch, and weathering decals. This kit also comprises, if you want to buy them separately, MKA-008, the weathering decals, which is a really thick pack of paper, and MKA-009, the photo etch sheet, which is designed by Paul of Paragraphics, so you know it's going to be good. Directions for this piece are included on the back there, so it's nice and simple. If you haven't cut photo etch before, there's a bit of a trick to it, but it's not too difficult once you actually do it. And there's also a note that most of the weathering decals are okay, but 2 sheets of them are too light. So we'll keep that in mind as we take a look at it. And as for the box itself, pretty standard. All the information is on the back here. AC/DC power adapter included, flashing lights controlled by plug-and-play circuit boards, accurate Pissard lighting effect, and here's an interesting little side thing, some white lights going down the nacelle. So I know that was an original concept that Gene was working with, but I didn't know if he actually wanted to do it or not. However, that option does look to be here for you. Now, the weathering decals give the ship a space-worn look without the need for paint, and includes iconic surface features such as the rust ring, brass photo etch for crisp, intricate grills and in-scale openings. All wiring, plug-and-play circuit boards, and 95 LEDs comprise the electronic kit, featuring a solder-free assembly to power the lights and spin the included engine fan motors. Also includes the clear colored parts. Photo etch engine motors, that looks really nice right there. I think they got that really close if it actually lights up like that. The weathering decals certainly look interesting. And clear plastic parts, maybe that includes the full hangar bay. Let's take a look at what's inside here, huh? Alright, so yeah, let's go. There we are. So on the bottom it looks like we've got the weathering decals and the photo etch. Got standard round 2 paraphernalia. Looks like the instruction sheet for all the lighting. And here we are with the lighting kit itself. Includes the full power supply, solder-free connectors, clear plastic bits. Looks like the control boards. Hey, they've decided to go with double density LED tape. Nice. It's not Modeler's brand, but that does mean quality. Lots of LEDs crammed as tight and close as possible. Clear plastic bits, including the hangar bay. The side nacelle trenches. Clear bridge, nice touch. Clear hangar fantail. LEDs, and here's the fan motors. Nice. So I'm restricted on a few of the things I can and can't do here. Let me go review my notes. We'll lay this out and we'll take a closer look. Wow, so did all this gear just actually come out of this tiny little box? I guess it must have. We'll take a look at the decals first, and we'll get those out of the way because they do take up a lot of space. Then we'll take a closer look at the photo etch and the light kit. The decals themselves, they come in pie wedges. As mentioned, 2 of them are too light. I'm going to guess it's this one here and that one up there, because all these others are fairly dark. So you do indeed get the rust ring, and it is painted over with other colors. Lots and lots of basically wedges everywhere. Fortunately, they're all numbered, and according to the instructions, just line up all the numbers, nice and easy. and it looks like they all go on the saucer itself. There are no apply OR1 or OR2 to deflector housing. Oh, there's a FT. So not only are they letters, there's T9, W2, they're numbers and letters. T2, T4, W3, T13, W1. So if you decide to go with this, then you definitely have some very careful planning to do, I would say. Straightforward instructions otherwise. Note that streak decals should be placed randomly throughout the rest of the model. So there are a few of those. Mainly like these guys right here. There's a couple right there. There's one right here. Here's a couple small ones. Let's see if I can get some light going on so you can actually see the shapes of these pieces. Yeah, there we go. Getting all these decals to line up precisely, that'll definitely be a trick. But that's definitely a huge amount of them. What is it, 9 sheets? They're all about 13 inches by just over 5. So that's a lot of decal going on right there. Next up, let's take a look at the photo etch. This photo etch is absolutely gorgeous. There's really nothing like really beautiful brass. Let's see how close I can get here for the details. That's not too bad right in there, huh? You get a nice command emblem and a nicely engraved Star Trek logo. Everything is numbered. Those look like the impulse grills. Inboard pylon grills. And inboard nacelle grills. At least that's what I'm guessing they are. And according to the instructions, I'd say I'm right. Very simple instructions, a bit of a typo, lighting installation instructions, when in fact it's photo etch installation instructions. Not too much trouble though. One thing you do not want to do is bend photo etch, because once this bends, it's a bear to get flat again, so be very careful when handling it. One quick tip about cutting it is to get yourself a piece of glass and a rounded razor blade. I forget what the exacto number is, but you basically put it on the glass and roll the blade over all these connections and you should get a really nice fine cut. One trouble I've always had with photo etch myself is gluing it down without having the glue get spread in between all the little holes everywhere, because that definitely ruins the effect. But I'm sure someone like Paulbo, who is the designer of this, even though there is no Paragraphics logo on here, he is credited as the designer, and given his legendary history of photo etch in the hobby community, it's a really nice touch that Jamie reached out to him and had him do this design for them. Definitely a nice touch, and it's really cool that you can buy this as a separate standalone product without having to get the entire deluxe accessory set. Next up, let's take a look at the clear plastic, and then we'll look at the electronics.